Hey, what's up guys, Bleo here, and yeah, the title of the video, that's gonna be a fun thing to explain, isn't it? Anyway, so today, this video, which is probably the one I was talking about when it came to the negativity side of shit on this channel, this is actually a real story that happened to me and my friend, who I also am a bit ticked off at in the story, but otherwise, this happened over the past couple years. Alright, so as some of you may or may not know, I actually started YouTube and other stuff as a brony. And this was my Sona. I'm still really proud of them. They were my first OC, and I love them to bits. No one could ever take that away from me. Ever. And despite it all, I'm still keeping them, but even though they're not my Sona anymore, I'll still draw them every now and then because they are who I used to be. And now this is pretty much me, but now in the future, and well, you get the point. Anyways, as they were my main Sona, after I met a friend, let's just call him by Gypsy, because that's pretty much what their Sona is. They're pretty much a pony who is a gypsy and stuff. I don't know how to explain it better than that. Please forgive me. Anyway, so Gypsy, after about like a year-ish of us being friends, or not even a year, like a couple months and stuff, I ended up getting upset at him for some reason. I can't remember what it was or anything, but either way, I got upset at him for that stuff, and what happened was he decided, hey, to help you feel better, why don't I buy you a couple of commissions? So he did. He bought me and another friend of ours, which I'll call that friend Final. We don't really talk anymore, sadly, because he's always busy with his Hollywood kind of shit over in Europe, but I have no clue where he is or anything right now. Anyways, to the story. So pretty much Gypsy decided to buy me and Final a couple of commissions. Well, me for 2 of them and 1 of them for him, because me and Gypsy were actually closer friends, and I introduced Gypsy to Final, and I'm not going to go into that details because it broke my heart. Me and Gypsy are still good friends, don't get me wrong. Anyways, as I was saying, he decided to get us a couple commissions from this one artist. Let's call them Howling. Gypsy decided to get a couple commissions from Howling and everything else 2 years ago. What happened was 2 weeks, like, over time, it wasn't really as, I was like excited. I couldn't wait for it because Gypsy was going to get me a good piece like he did for himself, and that's exactly what I thought for about 2 years and stuff. So pretty much a month passed. I asked, when is it done? He said he didn't really know and stuff, so everything else. Then, literally a couple days later, I believe, I can't remember exactly when, I knew they were doing Final's piece first, and they actually ended up doing that. Howling finished the piece for Final first, and he got a really awesome thing. I was excited for mine because I knew mine was going to be the exact same thing, or as I thought. Anyways, months pass, and they'd done a couple more pieces of artwork. Gypsy and Final became more friends. They ended up dating for a bit, but stopped because of distance issues and stuff. But what ended up happening is that he decided to buy them another commission from the same artist, like a year after he commissioned both of ours, and Finals was finished first. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind, but think about it. Howling should have at least finished mine before she moved on to a bunch of other stuff. And yeah. So pretty much they got that done. They had both of their OCs hugging and stuff, which was actually pretty cute. And yeah. Basically that was other thing. So more months passed. And this was around the same time I started to question, why aren't they getting my commission done? It should be done by now. It's been a year. Now, this is where I'm mad at Gypsy. I asked them to demand a refund because it's been a year. They said they would do it, and we heard nothing back from them. Absolutely fucking nothing. I like Gypsy. I held my cool back because he said, you know what, just let me see what I could do and calm down, okay? So I did. I calmed down and I decided to wait. And I kept waiting. Anyways, 2 years pass from when he originally bought both of our commissions. I got angry at this point. 2 years of hearing nothing from Howling or anything. So I talked to him about it, and he said she hasn't been responding. Now this was actually the part where I realized she doesn't give a crap, because apparently between all that she's done so many Doctor Who pieces that it's not even funny. They're all completely detailed as well. And this is where I even get even more mad because I demanded a refund again for him to refund her. He said he would contact her again with the info to let her know that why hasn't this been done yet. So he did. Turns out by that time the commission he bought for me wasn't done, and a second commission he bought for either himself or someone else wasn't done either. He bought 2 commissions in between this time, mine being the longest from when he first bought it, and heard nothing from Howling. The only thing that we heard back was that she got sick. Now, I can understand sickness. It's not that big of a deal, really. Unless it's like really, really bad sickness. But she was sick for like a couple days before she decided to message again. And a lot of other stuff. So, pretty much, he told me to cool down. We could wait. It'll be fine. She said she'll do it as soon as possible. 5 or 6 months pass. Near the end of 6 months, I hear from Gypsy, hey, she's finally working on your commission. And I actually start jumping up and down because I was so happy that mine would finally be freaking finished. Now, here's the killer. She's done all these pieces throughout the past 2 years, and whenever I got my commission, Gypsy came up to me and said, I hope this is good enough. I'm sorry it couldn't be better. And sent me this. Don't get me wrong. It's a good sketch. But that is when I went over the edge. I kept it to myself because I was so ticked off at him and Howling that I couldn't take it anymore. I had to make this video so I could expose this artist that doesn't really fucking do commissions for someone for 2 years without hearing any shit back, and then suddenly, oh look, here's your commission. It's much weaker than what you thought. Now, this Now, once I saw that, I kept it to myself because I was so pissed. I really wanted to swear at both Gypsy and Howling. Gypsy, he's a good person, but what his problem is that he didn't fight to have it finished. Which I understand. He's not one of those people to fight someone just because it's been 2 years, and I'm glad he calmed me down because he's been one of my best online friends for 2 years now, and if I would have freaked out or anything, he would have felt so freaking bad. But then again, this was around the same time where he barely talked to me and broke promises and other stuff. Now for Howling, this is where I'm ticked off. 2 years of almost hearing nothing but either bullshit lies or saying that you were sick. I call complete bullshit because there are so many pieces you fucking did over the past 2 years, and you gave me this shit without even telling me or Gypsy why the fuck you haven't been working on my commission. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? I can't fucking comprehend how pissed that makes me. You could have offered to finish it because guess what? I've waited 2 years for this gift. I was not gonna go down without a fight. You have to thank Gypsy for that because he's the one that calmed me the fuck down. And I am so glad he did. Because if he didn't, this video wouldn't ever exist. You would have probably blocked me. And other shit. I cannot believe you when you say you are sick or anything else that's happened over the past two and a half years to not even get my commission done. The one that Gypsy bought for me years ago. That really ticks me off. Because you should not do that to your commissioners. Make them wait 2 years over some stupid bullshit lies that were probably even worse lies than we think they are. And make them wait without telling them anything other than I was just sick or something small happened so I couldn't be online for 8 months straight. I recommend, Howling, you do not do this again. Because this isn't right. I've waited 2 years for this. You should have offered to at least finish it. Because it's been 2.5 years. I've been waiting for this moment. This isn't funny. This is business to you. It's business to all of us. It's your own business. I understand 1 or 2 pieces in between times for commissions. But once it's like 10 plus, and it's been 2 years, that's not right. It really isn't. You really piss me off, Howling. I cannot believe that you did this. I'm sorry, guys. But, Howling, don't fucking do this again to anyone, because this is not fair to me, to Gypsy, to anyone else that's been waiting years for commissions from other artists as well. Hell, someone selling fursuits that have like a queue for 5 years. I can understand that if they're that well. But seriously? 2 years for a fucking art piece and without hearing anything back? I can't believe you. You make me sick. You really do. I'm sorry, guys, about that little rant there. That really just pisses me the fuck off, and it's not fair. It really isn't. Not hearing anything back, despite the fact messaging them multiple times from the original commissioner, which was Gypsy, it's really not fair. Not fair to me, the person that's been waiting for 2.5 years, for them, who've paid good money, a good sketch, but not a finished piece like he bought 2 other people. No. A finished piece, which he bought for himself and another person, a sketch, he got all those. I didn't get mine for 2 years. I just... Fuck you. Really. Now, to all the artists that are actually listening out here, do not do this to your commissioners. Do not have them waiting on edge for years. Seriously. It's not fair to them, and it's not fair to others if you're doing this to others or to them. It really... It's not nice. It really isn't. You shouldn't do this shit, like, at all, if you're gonna do this. I understand queues, but at least keep them updated on where they are in that queue. Please. Do this for Bleo. Do this for all the artists that had to struggle through people calling them out because they did this. Do this for people who've been waiting years for an art piece from you or from anyone else. Don't make them wait. Let them know. Don't do this. Please. This is my story. I hope something similar does not happen to you, because it sucks. It pisses me off, and I fucking hate that artist now. Thank you all for watching, guys. I'm sorry about the long-ass rant and stuff. I'll see you guys later, okay? Peace.